Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we're learning a new song, Who's That? This song is about someone who hears a tap at the window and then a knock at the door. Did you hear that? I wonder who that was. Who's that tapping at the window? Who's that knocking at the door? I am tapping at the window. I am knocking at the door. Crow. Frog, it's you. Come on in. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. How about I just place you right up here, Grandpa Frog, where you can watch. Okay, now can you help me figure out the first two notes of this song in solfege? Here they are. Ba, ba. What would that be in solfege? If you said do, so, you are correct. Let's try and draw that on the grand staff. To draw do, so on the grand staff, since we're in the C major pentascale today, we'll put do on middle C here. Do. And then so will be up here on the G line. So. Can you point and sing the solfege with me? Ready, go. Do, so. Now let's say the letter names. Ready, go. C, G. All right, the next part of Who's That goes re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Can you try that with me, doing hand signs too? Ready, go. Re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Now let's take a look at that pattern on the staff. Okay, now to add a re, since do is on C, re will be here on D. So we need to add re, re, and then mi is a step above, so we'll come up to this line here. Mi, mi, and then re, and we step down to do. So we'll need one more ledger line to end on do. So this part will sound like this. Re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Can you point and sing with me? Ready, go. Re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Good. Now let's say the letter names. Since this is a step above C, what letter would this note be? If you said D, you're correct. Let's sing the letters now together. Ready, go. D, D, E, E, D, C. Now, so far we have drawn Who's that tapping at the window? Let's figure out how the next part is different. We have Who's that knocking at the door? Aha. Did you hear that something's different here at the end? We have knocking at the door. What note is that in solfege? Ba. It's a do, and we skipped re this time. So here in the song, we'll go re, re, step up to mi, mi, then skip down to do. Okay, with your right hand in the air, let's practice moving our fingers for Who's That? Starting with finger number 1. My turn first. Do, so. Your turn. Good. Now we're going to go up to re and repeat twice. Re, re, mi, mi. Your turn. After we do that, then we step down. Re, do. Your turn. Now let's put those two patterns together. Re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Your turn. Good. Then the next phrase is very similar. Do, so. Your turn. Good. This time we have re, re, mi, mi, do. Your turn. Good. So that time instead of stepping down re, do at the end, it just skips all the way from mi down to do. All right, for Who's That, we're going to use both hands. Our right hand will ask the questions. then the left hand is going to answer. So let's start with the right hand in C major as well as the left hand in C major. But our right hand will begin. I'll play a part first and then you echo back. My turn. Who's that? Your turn. Then we'll have re, re, mi, mi, re, do. Your turn. Good. Then the right hand asks the next question. Who's that? Your turn. Good. Then knocking at the door. Your turn. Good. And remember that pattern goes re, re, mi, mi, do. Your turn. Good. Now the left hand will answer those questions. Starting with the left hand. I am. Your turn. Good. Tapping at the window. Your turn. I am. Your turn. Knocking at the door. Your turn. Now, press pause and practice the whole song, right hand asking questions and the left hand answering. Then press play to go on. Let's check out the sheet music for Who's That? Just take a glance at this and tell me what you notice. You might notice our treble clefs here. So we've got a treble staff, another treble staff. And that's going to be played by the right hand. Remember, usually the right hand handles any of the notes in the treble staff. Down here, you might have noticed we switched to a bass clef for this bass staff, which is for the left hand to play. Did you notice that sometimes we have these stems going down? The reason for that is if the note head ever goes above this middle line, or on the middle line or higher, the stems go down, and that's just so they don't stick up too high. So remember, stems can go up or down in music. Doesn't change anything. Now, it would be very helpful for you to have your own copy of this sheet music for this next part of the lesson. So if you haven't already, download this sheet music from our website using the button or link you see below. What I'd like you to do in your own printed music, and you can pause the video if you need time to print this out, but on your own, I'd like you to pause and hunt for all the middle C's up here on these two treble staffs. And just as a reminder, middle C is on this first ledger line below. And I'd like you to draw a square around all the middle C's that you find. Okay? Here are all the middle C's on these first two lines. Is this what you found? If it's not, that's okay. Just press pause and correct your answer. And I said draw a square. I know mine kind of looks more like a rectangle. So we'll not be too picky about the shape. I just want to make sure you know how to find middle C. Now let's practice the rhythm of this section together. Remember that if a note head is empty like this with a stem, we call that a half note. And a half note gets 2 beats. So I'm going to draw 2 heart shapes over this note to remind us that this note actually lasts for 2 beats. And same with this half note. It gets 2 beats. 2, 2. Try pointing to this note and saying that with me. Go. 2, 2. I say 2 to remind us for 2 beats. And then 2 eighth notes both can fit in a single beat. So this is T, T. And then this also equals 1 beat, T, T. And then a quarter note, like this, gets 1 beat, ta, ta, like this. If you'd like to, you can pause the video and add those heartbeats in your own music, or you can just follow along with me. What we're going to do now is speak the rhythm of this first line together, and we'll touch the sheet music one time. You can just point on your screen if you prefer, and we'll say the rhythm words like this. Tu, tu, ti, 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 ta, ta. Now try it with me. Point and say the rhythm words. Go. Tu, tu, ti, 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 ta, ta. Now let's say the lyrics as we do that. It's who's that tapping at the window? Try it with me. Go. Who's that tapping at the window? A common mistake in music is to rush through a half note. Remember to give those notes both beats. You don't want who's that. It's who's that tapping. Those two beats are really important for the rhythm of this song. Now let's come down here to these bass staves, I should say, and I want to hunt for bass C's. Remember that bass C is on this second space. If I'm counting from the bottom, there's space number 1, here's space number 2, that is bass C. So now I'd like you to pause the video and in your own music, draw a triangle around all of the bass C's that you can find on these two staves. So pause the video, hunt for bass C's, draw a triangle, then press play to go on. Here are all the bass C's. Hopefully this is what you found as well. If not, no problem. Pause the video, erase, and correct that. Now it's time to go on. All right, now I'd like to demonstrate how you can play Who's That using the practice track, which is available for download from our website. This is a great way to have fun reviewing Who's That once you have it mastered. You'll just place right hand and left hand in position, and when the track starts, listen for 4 clicks. That will be your cue to start. All right, we're going to try to play Who's That with the accompaniment track. Place right and left hand in position, and when it starts, listen for 4 clicks. That will be your cue to start. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that tapping at the window? Who's that knocking at the door? Left hand. I am tapping at the window. I am knocking at the door. Great job learning Who's That today. I hope you'll practice this song every day, along with other songs and finger power exercises we've learned in this unit. For an extra challenge, try transposing Who's That to the key of D major. And as always, you can get the sheet music and MP3 accompaniment track from our website as part of the complete materials for Unit 2. Huh? Frog, was that you? No. No? Well, I better go see who that is. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Moo, moo. Meh, meh. Moo, moo. Quack, 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 quack. Roar. Did you hear someone at the door? Let's see who it is. It's our animal friends. Hey guys, come on in. Just be sure to wipe your feet, claws, and hooves at the door.